are going to be reading chapters 1 and 2 of my book, Canadian Apocalypse, of what would happen if the apocalypse happened in Canada. I'm not profiting off of any zombie-related items or any media like that. This is my own interpretation. All from up here. Alright, let's begin. Chapter 1, The Bite. We didn't know it would all go to shit like that. It was a nice, clear, crisp day. I was in school listening to my teacher drag on about the Darwin evolutionary theory. Fuck, this is boring, I think to myself, as I look over to my partner in crime, Lizzie Schmidt. She is looking at her notes and cocking her head to the side with a confused look on her face. And before she raises her hand, and everyone dies slowly inside because she is blonde with a capital B. Blonde joke. Slam! We all turn our heads to the door and we see Jean Juti stumble in. John, are you okay? I hear the teacher ask as she walks over to him. Is he bleeding? I think as I look at his arm. It's bleeding really bad as he stumbles in. Yeah, I'm fine, he stutters as he stumbles to his desk. We are all staring at him still. Okay, he roars, and everyone goes back to normal business. At lunch, I see John and his girlfriend, Mary Magoo. Like I said, not profiting off of anything, just my own ideas. I'm worried still, Lizzie said as we sit and eat lunch. I'm sure he just slipped on a bear trap. He said he's a hunter, right? I look at Lizzie and she goes pale. I guess nothing too bad's gonna happen, right? Just when I'm starting to think about it, the bell goes and we all head to our next class. At the bus stop, I saw John. He looked worse than I saw him before. He was sweaty and pale. His eyes were half shut and he was groaning. He looks messed up, I think, and when the bus pulls up, we all get on. At home, I still can't help what happened to John. What happened? How did he get that scratch, as he calls it? Little did I know it would get a lot worse from there. Chapter 2, The Dog. It just jumped, I sobbed. I didn't know what attack. The next day, the news did put the incident, as they called it. Authorities have seemed to have a location on the rabid dog that has gotten into unknown chemicals at an abandoned plant just 5 miles from My dad walks in and turns on the TV. Well then, dear, we best be going to the mall to meet your ma and brother. He's 7 foot 6 inches tall and an army general that's done 17 tours in Afghanistan and Egypt. Everyone was a bit antsy when the first week was over, when the news flashed about the dog. Me and Lizzie were chilling with a bunch of our friends, and then Mary Magoo, John's girlfriend, ran towards us with tears in her eyes and stopped right in front of us and screams, I knew he was gonna die! And then she drops down to her knees and starts crying hysterically. I stop talking and asking, What do you mean, Mary? What she tells me chills me to my bones and almost stops my heart. She looks at me with tears in her eyes and a quiver in her voice. The dog bit him. I go pale with shock. Oh my God. I think, what would a rabid dog mixed with God knows what type of chemicals do to a human? Mary just kept sobbing. They took him, just grabbed him and sobbed. I managed to take her to the school nurse and I walk away. After school, I was walking with my other friend, Izzy June, and we were talking about the dog. Izzy looked nervous. I mean, I know the procedure for killing a rabid dog, but taking a bath in chemicals we don't know about? Talk about scary. I nod and hear some birds off in the distance. Sure was a nice day, I think, and I look at the fall trees and the warm, musty smell of wet grass. We walk to the side of the road to our hideout, an old abandoned house 3 miles from home. And that is the end of chapters 1 and 2. On Wednesday, I will read chapters 3, 4, and 5 if I could squeeze in. Well, actually, we'll read chapter 3, and then tomorrow I'll read chapter 4 and 5. Chapter 3. He isn't dead. I wanted to say goodbye, but they lost the body in a secure place. It's been at least 7 weeks since John was taken. Everyone wasn't worried, but Mary looked like she was the walking dead. Like I said, not profiting. She didn't eat, won't go out, and hasn't stopped crying. She's taken John's disappearance really bad, Lizzie states as we sit outside and relax in the early winter air. I know, she's been beating herself up really bad. She nods as I see Mary's mom pull up in her Porsche and pick Mary for the 175th time this month. 5 more months have passed, and that's when the video surfaces. I am in my room making YouTube videos on Gary's mod when my friend Izzy sends me a text. Check this out ASAP! Shocked emoji face. I text her back. Check what out? Confused emoji face. I wait a few minutes before she texts me back. He isn't dead. She texts me, and I knew the answer before she even tells me. John is alive, and he's a mutant freak. I look up the video, and it scares the shit out of me. I know the morgue where John was at, and it shows him sitting up in his face. Damn, looked messed up. All swollen and looked like a dog from Resident Evil made out with a vampire with pimples, and John was their kid. I continue to watch as he sits up, and the bite on his arm has grown claws on his hands, and he growls, Mary. Don't judge my acting. Everyone was scared for Mary after that video aired. If he wants me, he could have me. She says if anybody asks about her safety. I'm in the bathroom and Mary walks in, holding her neck and smiling. I turn to the door when this is what she said. John found me. He loves me. She removed her hand from her neck, and I haul ass out of the bathroom. He bit me. I hear her scream as I ran. And that is the end of chapters 1, 2, and 3. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll read chapters 4 and 5. And as always, videos are 1,000% unedited, 100% fun. Don't forget to subscribe and drop a like. Bye. Ah, shit.